Welcome to our channel. In the last two sessions, we discussed two modes of transfer. One is the programmed I/O and second one is interrupted initiated I/O. In those two techniques, the CPU is involved for transfer of data between the peripheral device and the memory unit. Now in this session, we are moving to third approach, that is direct memory access. In this approach, the transfer of data between the peripheral device and the memory unit is mainly controlled by the speed of the CPU. Suppose if we remove the CPU between the peripheral device and the memory unit, obviously the speed of the transfer increases and the performance efficiency also increases. Now, the removing the CPU between the transfer from the peripheral to memory is called direct memory access. In that situation, the CPU is in the ideal state. The CPU is in the ideal state and we have a DMA controller. The DMA controller is initiated by the CPU. The DMA controller takes over the memory bus. DMA controller takes over the memory bus and this DMA controller perform transfer of data between the memory and the peripheral. That is the main topic here. Now, how the DMA controller is involved and how it performs data transfer. This is the block diagram of DMA controller. Now, this unit is communicate with the CPU through the data bus and the control lines. This unit communicates the CPU through the data bus and the control lines. The CPU select the registers in the DMA by enabling DS and RS inputs. DS in the sense DMA select and RS in the sense register select. By enabling these two inputs, the CPU access the registers of the DMA and read and write. These are two bidirectional inputs which are used to perform both read and write operation in both the directions. And the most two important are bus request and bus grant. Bus request in the sense whenever the DMA controller requests a bus, that is the memory bus to the CPU, simply it enables the bus request line. This request is given to the CPU. Once the request is received by the CPU gives the bus grant, that is whether the bus is granted to the DMA controller or not based on value. Suppose BG is equal to 0. That means disabled. That means CPU doesn't give any buses to the DMA. CPU communicates with the DMA and perform read and write operation of the registers in the DMA. Okay, suppose if the bus grant is equal to 1 in the sense CPU moves to the ideal state and remove all the buses and all the buses hand over to the DMA controller and the DMA controller do the remaining data transfer operation whenever the bus grant is enabled with a value 1. Now, what I said, once this BG value is equal to 1, CPU is enter into ideal state. When it comes out of the ideal state, after completion of entire data transfer, whenever an interrupt occurred, that is DMA controller generates an interrupt, my transfer is completed. This interrupt is received by the CPU stops and whatever the buses they are given, simply require all the buses from the DMA controller. Okay, this is the basic diagram. Now here this is the IO device. Whenever IO device wants to communicate with the memory, it requests a DMA. Once the DMA request is made, the remaining procedure whatever discussed that happened. Once the DMA controller receives the bus grant line, it sends an acknowledgement to the IO device. That means my controller and memory buses is ready. You are allowed to transfer the data. This is the basic skeleton. Then this DMA controller contains 3 more registers: address register, word count register and control register, along with address bus and address bus buffers. These are used which particular memory location our data is available. Every DMA controller has their own address that is placed here. These 3 things: address register. Address register in the sense simply it specify the memory location where our data is available for read operation or the location where you need to store the data for write operation. Simply the location, memory location. Word count register, how many number of words that we want to transfer. Suppose I need to transfer 10 words, 20 words, 30 words. Each and every transfer operation, word count value is decremented by 1. Whenever word count is equal to 0, obviously DMA stops its execution. Now control register. This control register contains the entire control information, that is what a read operation is to be performed or write operation to be performed. Everything is maintained in the control register. This is the basic block diagram of DMA controller. Now we will move to how the data is transferred. How we are performing data transfer with the help of a diagram. Coming to this data transfer, generally the CPU initializes the DMA controller by sending some information, that is the address, that where our information is available, the word count, how many number of words that we want to transfer, and the control information, that is read or write information. Now this is the position of DMA controller in the computer. The CPU communicates with the DMA controller through the address and data bus. Here what is the procedure? And the DMA controller has its own address bits by selecting DS and RS lines. To select DS and RS lines, the procedure is very simple. Whenever an IO device requests for the DMA controller, now the DMA controller request bus request line, BR in the sense bus request line to the CPU. Suppose if the CPU releases buses, simply it enables the bus grant line. It enables the bus grant line. We already discussed the bus grant has two inputs. Suppose if the bus grant is equal to 0, what happened? If you understand carefully, the read and write are two control signals, both are in bidirectional. If the BG value is equal to 0 in the sense, the buses are not released by the CPU and the CPU read or write the data through the DMA. In that situation, the read and write becomes the input. So read and write are the bidirectional. If BG is equal to 0, CPU can read the data from the DMA or CPU can write the data into the DMA. The read and write becomes the input control signals. Whenever BG value is equal to 1 in the sense, CPU releases all these buses. In that situation, the read and write becomes the output. That means the DMA controller connects to the random access memory. Connects to the random access memory. Observe the read control line and write control line. Okay. Now, whenever after bus grant is released, now the read and write access the output signal, they can access from the memory. The DMA controller sends the DMA acknowledgement to the peripheral. Once this IO device receives the acknowledgement, it directly connects to the memory by using this data bus. That is, it can place the data on the data bus and the memory receives the data from this bus, or the memory places the data on the data bus and the device receives the data from the memory. That means these two are communicate directly through the data bus. In that situation, the DMA controller continuously check the word count register. For each transfer, the word count value is decremented by 1. Whenever the word count value is equal to 0, means the entire transfer operation is performed. Once the entire transfer operation is performed, the DMA controller initiate an interrupt signal to the CPU. Once this interrupt is received by the CPU checks whether the word count register is 0 or not. If the word count value is equal to 0, simply it disable the bus grant line and terminate all the buses. Now the entire transfer operation is completed. This is the procedure how the DMA controller is used for transfer of data between the memory and IO without involving CPU. That is the end of session. Thank you.